got up this morning, I did my usual routine, which includes stretching, making breakfast, eating breakfast, drinking tea, and then I start drawing. When I woke up, I felt a lot of tension in my back on the left side. I don't know if it was because of the way that I fell asleep, the way that I was sleeping, but I felt a lot of tension there. So I went to my hallway. I placed one arm on the doorway and my other arm on my lower back and on my side, my hip. And I kind of leaned forward and then I twisted and I felt a lot of crunching sounds throughout my entire back, mostly on the left side. And I felt a lot better after that. I felt a lot of weight was lifted off of me. And then I felt like I was given a new back. And then I just stood there for a minute and I was like, how is it even possible for my back to make that many crunching sounds? You would have thought I would have broken my back, but I was fine. And then I felt better. And then I made myself some tea. And then for breakfast, I actually had what's called goulash. It's kind of like spaghetti, the way you make spaghetti, but without any meatballs, just regular spaghetti. But instead of using spaghetti noodles, I use these little, I don't know what you call them really. They're a different type of, they're not longer noodles that like the spaghetti is. They're like little round shapes. Not really macaroni noodles, but similar. Well, I used that and I made that yesterday and I had a big pan of it in my fridge. So I actually ate that for breakfast. And then when I got home, because I had to go into work for a short time and I got back and I ate some more of it. And then only about an hour later, I was hungry again and I made myself some oatmeal. And then I drank some more tea. But I got a lot of drawings done today. I was doing this drawing on the other table that I have. And before I did this drawing with the Staedtler Marsmatic 0.35. But this time I did it with the Rotring Isograph 0.35. And I noticed a difference in these two. I don't know if maybe it's because of the different brands or something with the nib. But I noticed the Staedtler it's like the ink flows a little bit faster than the Rotring. It kind of depends on how you're wanting to draw. But with the Rotring, the lines seem to be a tiny bit smaller. I had mentioned this in my last video when I was comparing the two. And yeah, the lines for the Rotring 0.35, they seem just a slightly smaller, but I don't think that has anything to do with the nib size because they're both the same size nib, 0.35. I think it has to do with the way that the ink flows. And the Staedtler ink flows a little bit faster than the Rotring. To get the ink flowing really fast, the Rotring, I just scribble around really quick and then it flows pretty good. But it kind of depends on what your preference is. I use both. I can't really pick which one's my favorite. I'd say they're equal right now. They're pretty much even. There's not really any pros that make one of them more beneficial or any cons of them that make them not good enough. But yeah, I didn't even have to clean my Rotring. I hadn't done any drawing with that pen in about 2 months because I was using the Staedtler and I just put it under some warm water and I let the warm water run over it for maybe 10 seconds. And then I started to draw with it. I got a scrap piece of paper, a cheap printer paper, and I just scribbled on it and started making some lines until the ink started flowing. And I did that maybe for 20 seconds, and then it worked fine, and I continued drawing. I might have mentioned it before, but with all of these Isograph pens, the Rotring and the Staler, I only fill them halfway, and that's so that I can put new ink in it more often, and also so that I can clean it more often, so that it keeps the pen from clogging up so much, and you get fresher ink, and it keeps... I just prefer to do it that way. It keeps the pen cleaner. I think... I thought about, what if they made it to where the little cartridge part that holds the ink was half the size, but I think you'd be better off just with the size it is now. And then you have the option of it if you want a bunch of ink and you're just going to be drawing non-stop for many days, then you can just fill it up completely. But if you're like me and you switch between a lot of pens, and there might be a time where you might go, maybe a couple of days or weeks or maybe even a month or so without using a pen because you're using fountain pens or other various types of pens, then I would advise filling it up maybe halfway, no more than that. And then you can clean it more often and it doesn't get as clogged. Because let's say you fill the thing completely and you don't draw often, or you have many pens that you draw with like I do, and let's say you forget it. You're just focused on drawing with a fountain pen, and a month or 2 months or maybe even half a year or somehow maybe a whole year goes by and you haven't drawn with a pen and it's completely full of ink. You put all the ink in there and then it's completely dried up. Well, now you've got to just get rid of all that ink and it's no good. It's all dried up. And if you try to salvage it and save some of the ink, then you might get little dried up pieces of ink that are going to go in your pen and clog it up. So I just fill it halfway, clean it more often, keeps the pen working better. And yeah, but as of right now, it's in the evening time and the sun setting, and I'm kind of debating on if I want to start another drawing or get something to eat. I think sometimes I feel that like sleep and eating is just something that's like an interruption to getting work done. But then if I'm only working all the time, then I get overworked. And then I actually don't draw as well then, because I just lose creativity and I can't relax. But sometimes I just feel like I just want to get some work done. Most of the foods I make, I don't really try to eat for the taste of it. I just eat for the nutritional value of it. I make things quick, easy, filling, healthy, so that I have more time to draw. I even thought about just getting a bunch of paper plates because the time I spend, cleaning dishes and the cost of water. I figured maybe it would just be cheaper and more, save me more time. I don't know. I'll think about it and figure out what I want to do. But as you can see in this drawing, there's a lot of what looks like clouds and these sharp, jagged triangle things and spirals, and don't know what it is. It looks like you're in a cave, but it also looks like you're in the clouds. And I don't know what inspired me to draw this. I never know what inspires me to draw any of the things that I make. I just make them, and that's that. I never really have a plan. And that's just how I draw. I often draw best, not really worry about it. It's kind of like, it's like when you want to fall asleep, you can't fall asleep. And then when you don't want to fall asleep, you do. So instead of trying to force myself to be creative, I don't think about it. I just do it. And then I'm creative. It's kind of like if you want to be happy, you keep trying to seek happiness, then you're never happy. Just like if you want to fall asleep, you keep trying to fall asleep and you never can. So I just draw, and I keep doodling. Check out links below. Don't forget to see if you can find anything you'd like to buy from those links and prints and anything else. Give us a like, share it with your friend, and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. See you later.